Alright guys, so I got a boatload of questions from my Ask Shanel discussion that I posted. So I had a lot of people asking me who is Shanel Cooper-Sykes, so I decided to answer your questions. So I'm just going to answer all the questions that I have here. There are duplicate questions, so I just kind of combine them all, and I'm just going to answer until my camera shuts off. So there will probably be a blog number 2 after this, so stay tuned. Alright, so it seems like you do so many things. What do you do, or what do you call yourself, and what exactly do you do? I call myself an entrepreneurial artist. I do a lot. I am a speaker, I am an author, I am a motivator, I am a professional makeup artist, I am a certified lifestyle coach, and a fabulous cook, of course. Let's see, before your book, what did you do? Before my book, I did a lot of things. Before I moved to New York, I was a professional makeup artist. I used to work for MAC Cosmetics as a trainer. And I did makeup on like movie sets, fashion shows, photo shoots. I also used to model myself. So that's what I used to do. Who taught you how to cook the way you do? My grandmother, my mother, and my aunt. All the women in my family are from Louisiana, so we have a history of being fabulous cooks in the kitchen. So everything I make is Creole, it's Southern, it's spicy, it's exotic. And my grandmother is actually Muslim, so she cooked a lot of Indian food, a lot of Middle Eastern food. So that's where I get my kind of style of cooking from. What single event transformed you into an inspirational speaker? I don't think there was one single event. I think it just kind of evolved over time. I just kind of fell into it because it's not something that I originally wanted to do. You know, I wanted to be like the next Halle Berry. And that obviously wasn't my purpose. So I just kind of fell into it because I've been through a lot in my life. So I just kind of use what I've been through to inspire women, because I know a lot of women can relate to the things I've been through. Has a man ever cheated on you? Yes. Have you ever gotten into a fight with a man or a woman? No, not in my adulthood. I don't think adults should be fighting. How did you get the idea for Stilettos in the Kitchen? Wow, that's a long one. Stilettos in the Kitchen actually came out of depression. I got really depressed when I first moved to New York. It was in the middle of winter. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have a job. I was living in this little bitty studio apartment that I hated. And I got really, really depressed, and I started drinking and cooking. I would be in my apartment for weeks at a time, just straight up drinking and cooking. And I talked to a mentor of mine once. And he said, what the hell are you doing in New York? What are you doing with yourself? And I'm like, I don't know why I'm here. I want to go home. And he's like, why don't you write a book? And I'm like, I don't know how to write. I don't want to write a book. Who wants to hear what I have to say? And he said, why don't you take what you love to do and use it to inspire people? And I'm like, what do you mean? And at the same time, I'm like holding the phone on one ear, and I'm like sauteing something on the stove in my hand. And it just kind of hit me like, I'm going to write a cookbook. And it took me about 2 years to evolve that moment into Stilettos in the Kitchen, because it was originally just going to be a cookbook with recipes. And then I decided to do like a women's empowerment book. And but the title itself actually came years ago when a girlfriend of mine, she was like 30 something at the time. I was like the youngest of all of my friends in the group, and I was the only one that could cook. So she called me over, and she's like, I got this guy coming over. I need you to come and cook something and leave. I'm going to say I made it. And I'm like, okay. So I came by, had my stilettos on, and whipped up something real quick. And she's like, I'm going to start calling you Stilettos in the Kitchen. So that's kind of how the name happened. Who and how did you find your mentors? A lot of people look up to me, but I don't know how to find one. I've been blessed with really incredible mentors. And I've been blessed to know what a mentor is for, because a lot of people don't really know how to utilize a mentor. So Les Brown is actually one of my mentors. He is one of the world's biggest motivational speakers. Simon T. Bailey, one of my favorite mentors. He's amazing. He is the author of the book Release Your Brilliance. and many others, but I've had really great mentors. And to find a mentor, I think you need to figure out what is it that you want from a mentor, how will they add value to your life, and then go and find that person, figure out who has done what you want, and go and find that person and let them know that you believe that they can help you, and ask them to be your mentor. When are you coming home? Oh my goodness, this is my brother in Milwaukee. I'm coming home, big brother. Coming to visit. Your little sister is on her grind. Um, let's see. Did you always think and act the way you do now, or did you change? And do you sometimes become sick and tired of being sick and tired? Did it take long, and was it hard? Okay. Did I always think and act the way I do now? No, absolutely not. It took me a long time to get to where I am. I used to be a very negative thinker, a very small thinker, and I was very easily influenced for a long time. And do I ever get sick and tired of being sick and tired? Not anymore, because I'm no longer sick and tired. So, did it take long? Yes, it took a long time. And was it hard? Yes, it was hard. And I don't even want to say it was hard. I'll call it a journey. Let's see. Do you think that you have success because of your physical aspect, because you're pretty? Do you think that if you were not that gorgeous, people would spend their time listening to you and that they will buy your book? Okay, well, first of all, thank you. I think that's a compliment. Two answers to that question. Number one, I don't think that my beauty is for me. I don't think that it's for me to indulge in. I think that the way that I look is to captivate people, grab their attention, and then when I open my mouth, I have a message to share. So I don't think it's for me at all. I don't bask in physical beauty, because that can be gone like that. And then two, I'll say this. I could have a bag over my head and I'd still be as ambitious and as hungry as I am to live my dreams. So I don't think that looks have much to do with it. I mean, look at Donald Trump. You don't see him signing up for beauty pageants anytime soon, and he is one of the richest men in America. So no, looks don't have a lot to do with it. What is something that no one would ever know that you knew how to do? Let me see. I can speak Arabic, and I paint. I love to paint. I think I have some of my artwork posted on my page somewhere. But anyway, what is the most romantic thing anyone has ever done for you? Oh, there was one time, went to the movies, and I was serenaded in the movies. It was so hilarious because we're like in this movie and it was like this romantic scene going on, and he just like got up and started serenading me, and it was so funny because he couldn't sing at all, and he was like singing at the top of his lungs, and people were like pissed off that he was interrupting the movie, but it was sweet, it was cute. How difficult or easy was it to get where I am today, and what are my goals for the future? Like I said before, yes, it was definitely a challenge, a long journey to get me to where I am. A lot of people see success when the spotlight is on it. Like, they don't see success, the journey that people are going through and all the hard work that they put in. So yes, I have definitely been through a lot, and it wasn't difficult. I just made the decision to make my dreams happen no matter what. So it's like, you know, when you cut off all other options for you to do in life, when you completely cut it off and say, I'm committed to this, then you have no choice but to make it happen, and that's what I did. I had no other option but to make my dreams happen. My goals for the future is to increase my brand, Stilettos in the Kitchen, have a talk show, a line of home interior goods, just basically an overall empowerment brand for women of this generation to be sexy and savvy in the kitchen and in their lives. Let's see, do you have any children? How old are you? Are you married? And where do you buy your shoes? Okay. Do you have any children? No. How old are you? I'm timeless. Are you married? Maybe. And where do you buy your shoes? Let's see. I buy a lot of my shoes from Saks Fifth Avenue here in New York. There's like a huge store with any name brand you can think of. It's like a whole zip code, a whole block of shoes. And so I shop there a lot. This story is so funny. several years ago, I was out in the club somewhere, and I had on a little cheap pair of 30